Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Got a haul video for you guys today. Unboxing, first impression, you know the drill. 3 different fragrances. I actually ordered these from France. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description to that website if you wanna check it out, ever order fragrances from them in the future. Typically their shipping is pretty quick. Shipping cost is gonna be kind of high, but the fragrances usually you can get them for a lot less, so it kind of evens out. A lot of times I'll get new releases this way. So got 3 different ones today. I've got Gentleman Eau de Parfum Boisee, so the newest in the Gentleman line. I've got Chrome Extreme by Azzaro, and then I have Issey Miyake Low DC Shades of Kolam. So 3 different fragrances. I'm gonna open up each one of these, spray them on, see how they smell. Let's jump into this. Now, one thing you may have noticed when I was just holding those boxes up is that a couple of them are a bit dinged up. Now, this one looks perfect. Nothing wrong with this. The Issey Miyake, got a little bit of a ding down here, a little dented up, a little busted up, but then the Azzaro Chrome Extreme box looks like somebody got angry and just punched it, messed it all up. When I got the box in, it was just kind of annihilated, the box that these came in. Now these were bubble wrapped, so they were packed pretty well, but the cardboard box that they came in looked like it had been drop kicked all the way from France to here. It looked like they kicked it, walked forward, picked it up and kicked it again, and just did that all the way to the coast and drop kicked it onto a boat. And once it arrived, they just kicked it the rest of the way here. It looked really bad, but thankfully this is all the damage that these got. Now typically when I order these from overseas, they arrive in really good shape, but this time not so much. Anyway, let's check these out. I'm gonna open up the Issey Miyake first, spray that on, see how it smells. And each one of these fragrances I have covered in This Week in Fragrance at one point or another. So here is the box. Maybe I'll do like a little B-roll so you can see this closer, but front of the box, back of the box, a little info on the fragrance itself. Nothing doing on the top or the sides. Then on the bottom, you're gonna find your badge code right there. And here we have the bottle. Yeah, let's go ahead and just spray this on, see how it smells. And actually, I can smell a bit of this already. Probably can't see right here, but there's a little bit of leakage there, which is probably just where the box was really handled roughly. Sprayed on first spray. Now this one does have notes of green tea and cashmerean along with some citrus, a little bit of cardamom. You get the citrus right off the top. The cashmerean you can pick up as well. So it's maybe a little bit warmer than I was expecting, not quite as bright as I was expecting. A little bit of green tea in there, not too much, more of a nuance. Really nice though, very pleasant. I don't think it's really anything that changes the game as far as the low DC summer fragrance releases go. Kind of slots right in there with a lot of the ones from the past where you smell it and you're like, yeah, for sure, pleasant, easy to wear, nice casual warm weather fragrance, but not something that you smell it and you go, oh wow. You know, this raises the bar, this changes the game. It's not that kind of summertime fragrance. It's just pleasant, nice, citrus, a little bit sweet with cashmere kind of laying a base with the citrus on top, a little tiny touch of sweet cardamom, and a really slight nuance of green tea, not too much of it here in the opening. It's okay. It's not anything I would mind wearing, but it's not really anything that I smell and I go, gotta have that. It's not bad. Next, let's go to this one, Gentleman Eau de Parfum Boisee. This is a line that I really enjoy. The Eau de Parfum is fantastic. The cologne I like a lot as well. Got just a plain black box. The writing there, kind of a gold coloration. Nothing doing on the sides. On the top, you have the Givenchy label, or the logo rather. On the back, just a little information, no ingredients though. That is all on the bottom, where you'll also find your batch code. Now this one is supposed to have iris in it, which makes sense because that is one of the prominent notes in the Eau de Parfum. Bottle design, obviously the same as the others in the Gentleman line. This one has a gradient where it's darker at the top gets lighter toward the bottom, and it's got like an almost faux leather look to the sticker here where it says gentleman. So go ahead and spray this on, see how this smells. Let that settle for just a second because it kind of seems like it's coming off pretty strongly. You don't want to get a big blast of that rubbing alcohol kind of smell that sometimes you will get if you just dive right in on a fragrance. I like that. Smooth, very much more a modern kind of iris note where all the edges are kind of rounded out. It doesn't go too far toward the makeup-y side of things. A little bit of chocolate in here. Creamy sandalwood, tiny touch of spice. I like this. I think some people did not dig this fragrance, but just first impressions, smelling it here, I like this a lot. Yeah, I dig this. Nice. Yeah. Cool. Smooth, creamy, a little bit sweet, not too strong. The iris here, not too makeup-y, not too lipsticky. It doesn't really head toward that metrosexual side of things that like Dior Homme Intense or Valentino Uomo Intense and fragrances like that do. It's like a very safe iris fragrance. It's not really trying to push the boundaries necessarily of what a men's floral kind of fragrance could be, but that makes sense because this one is focusing more on woods in there with the iris. God, this smells good. I like this a lot. Kind of surprised that it seems a little bit divisive online. Some people seem to really not like this, but I enjoy it. Yeah, I like this a bunch. I like it a lot more than the Issey Miyake. And not that there's anything wrong with the Issey Miyake. It's just your kind of run-of-the-mill summer release version of a fragrance, you know, where you get it in, you kind of know what to expect, and it doesn't really surprise you. It's just like, yeah, clean, citrus. It actually smells like there's musk in here, which I'm assuming is the cashmere, and not too much tea in there, which might make it more interesting. It's just, it's clean, safe, easy. But this one over here, the Gentleman, I like it. I like it a lot. The sweetness in there is just enough. Just enough. It's soft, it's velvety, slightly warm, but not overwhelmingly so. Springtime, fall time, winter time, you could pull it off in any of those. God, it's nice. I like it. I like it a bunch. I'm gonna let those keep drying down and open up Chrome Extreme, which has seen better days. Now, this one has been getting a good amount of love, so I'm hopeful that it's gonna be really nice. Chrome Aqua was surprisingly very good, and I'm hoping this one is gonna follow in Chrome Aqua's footsteps and also be a very, very solid release. Look at that box. It's like it got in a fight with Mike Tyson and lost. On the back it says, life is a celebration. Step into the light and enjoy the moment. It's your time to shine. Yeah, it says it right there. And on the bottom, you're gonna have your batch code here, right there. And then the bottle is your typical Chrome bottle. This one coming in a kind of a deep blue coloration. Cap is the same as any of the others in the Chrome line. It's kind of a lightweight, plasticky feeling cap with a metallic look to it. And let's spray that on. I can smell it right away. Pretty good. First impressions anyways. Aquatic notes, green mandarin. So when they say green mandarin with this fragrance, they really do mean that. It's got a little bit of a citrus touch, obviously, the orange, but it's got a green edge to it, a fresh green edge. Interestingly, cashmerean is a note in this fragrance, as well as this fragrance. Cashmerean is popping up more and more frequently in modern releases nowadays. Typically going to give you a nice warm, sometimes slightly fuzzy feeling to the fragrance. It's really appealing to a lot of people. You get a little bit of that here initially, but more so those aquatic notes, sea notes, the green mandarin, and a little bit of juniper, which is going to give you this nice briskness initially. It's good. Kind of is in line with Chrome Aqua, similar style of fragrance. If you like Chrome Aqua, I imagine you're going to like this one as well. It's kind of a hard fragrance to dislike, really. Some of these Chrome summer flankers have been pretty good lately, especially when you consider the price. Once these actually hit discounters, you can typically pick them up not too terribly much, at least compared to, you know, houses like Dior or Valentino and other houses like that. Azzaro typically much more affordable with discounters. It's pretty nice. Of these three, be my second favorite based off of first impressions. So I'm just gonna let these settle for 1 second and work back through them and wrap this up. And I probably will review these in the near future, give them more wearings, different situations, see how they work out, and really get to wear them all the way through the dry down instead of just a first impression. To quickly run back through these, Issey Miyake Low DC Shades of Kolam. This one going a little bit greener. There's almost this slight soapiness to it, like this very slight clean green soapiness. I don't get a huge amount of tea. I was actually hoping for a little bit more green tea, something a little bit more interesting to set things apart, but it doesn't really have that. Remnants of the citrus sweetness, a little bit of cashmere in, slightly warm and green, but altogether not super impressive. Not a fragrance that I would hate smelling. Like if I was wearing this or somebody else was wearing it, I wouldn't smell it and go, oh, gross, or oh, terrible, what a noob fragrance. I wouldn't do that, but ultimately it's kind of a forgettable summer flanker is how it comes across. Yeah, type of fragrance that you might wear a little bit first year you buy it, and then it's going to get replaced by 15 other fragrances by the next year, the next summer. It's not one that to me is really interesting or has a lot of staying power as far as something to keep you coming back. It's all right. The bottle is better than the fragrances. And now this one, Gentleman Eau de Parfum Boisee. I still like it a lot. Soft, warm, as I said before, velvety, sort of sweetness, not overwhelming, just a nice little touch of it. The iris, rich, full, but at the same time, not heavy, not cloying. A little bit of creamy sandalwood, that's the most prominent wood that's coming out in this fragrance. Not too much spice. More so the iris, sweetness, the creaminess. That's what really comes through here. This is nice. I really like this a lot. Yeah, I really like this. This smells nice. Super pleased with this fragrance. Now, maybe not as woody as I might have been expecting, but it's a really good fragrance. I love the way it smells. And last but not least, Chrome Extreme by Azzaro. It smells better. It smells better. The opening was good, but it had that kind of similar Azzaro, like not necessarily metallic tinge, but if you smelled a lot of chrome fragrances, they've got like a similar kind of vibe to them, similar kind of feel to them oftentimes in the opening. This is a lot nicer, yeah. Let it settle on your skin, even just 5-10 minutes, really livens up. The citrus, much more noticeable. The orange really coming out a lot more. Clean C notes. Maybe a touch of saltiness from the C notes, but not too much. The juniper definitely sliding back behind the orange. Not as prominent, but it's still giving you that little bit of briskness. Yeah, this is good. This is nice. So the people that have said things about Chrome Extreme being a really solid flanker in the Chrome line, I agree. At least off this first impression. This is good. I like it. Yeah, really solid. This was a really solid haul. Of these three, this one is the one that I would say I like the least. So of these three, if I were gonna lose one of them, it would be this one. It's not that it smells bad. It's not that it's a terrible release. It's just, it's kind of one of those summertime releases that smells like a yearly summertime release, like the kind of fragrance that you put a little bit of effort into, you release it with a new bottle design, a new box design, and fans of the line pick it up and you just sell as much as you can, and then you just move on to the next year. It's not like you put a huge amount of thought into it to keep it, relevant for a long time, or something that's going to be a classic that people keep coming back to. That's not what this is. It's kind of throwaway-ish in the sense that it's just not really anything new or exciting. And of these two, I like them both a lot. First impressions, keep only one, probably this one, but they're both really good. These are both really nice. If you can check these out, definitely do so. All right, guys, it's gonna do it for me with this first impression haul, unboxing, whatever you want to call it. If you've smelled these fragrances, let me know what you think about them. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all your support. Stay safe out there, guys. There's a, the sun is shining right into my eyes here and kind of blinding me, but it's all right. See you guys again tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.